Yo, how's it going, guys? Winter Kills here, and welcome to a brand new Locals feature match. Here we are in round 2 of July 15th Locals. We got C Goody on the left playing Cash versus our good friend Tint, aka Tiny, on the Swordsoul technique. And yeah, let's hop right into this one. We're going to see Swordsoul go first here, starting with Pot of Desires, and that is going to get ashed frame 1. I mean, fair enough. That's usually one of the better ash targets in Swordsoul. There's only a couple of good spots to ash the actual Swordsoul deck. One of them's Desires, one's Ecclesia, especially if they start normal summon Ecclesia, right? That's their first play. Ashing, that's good. If they start just Emergence, like that's their first thing, ashing, that's good. And you could also argue that ashing Heavenly Dragon Circle, if they go like, you know, spec a Tenny, and then like link it for Monk and then tribute it with Heavenly Dragon Circle, and that's like their first move as well. Ashing, that's also very strong. And speaking of Heavenly Dragon Circle, we're going to see them normal summon Moye, activate the Heavenly Dragon Circle there, tributing off the Moye and grabbing Ashina, then special summoning Ashina and linking it off into the Monk, activating Ashina effect. Go ahead and special summon a Tenyi from the deck since they control a non-effect monster on the field. That's going to bring out Adhara, so I think they're just trying to set up a Shaman play here with the Moye engrave. It's not that good because, of course, they can only use the effect of Tenyi monsters in the extra deck, but they could just set up like a Chi-Jiao for next turn. So yeah, they're going to go for exactly that. The Adhara is giving them the discard fodder back. Looks like they opened up 2 Heavenly Dragon Circle, and I think that's a Gamma Seal in the hand alongside one other card. Might be, oh yeah, it's the Ashina they added back. So they're going to discard the other Heavenly Dragon Circle. Interesting that they would discard that, revealing that Ashina, slamming it down on the table. No one else is getting slammed down on the table. Nibiru, the Primal Being. Yeah, Swordsoul's the bane of their existence. And then there's the Moj token, doubling as the Nibiru token here. And they're just taking a look at the cards in the graveyard. They're checking the stats of the token, making sure they want it in attack or if they want it in defense. And yeah, they're going to go ahead and just pass turn. I mean, they open pretty rough. Yeah, they open really rough. No real way to get engine going outside of going that route they had to go for. So very, very unfortunate. So they will start by normal summoning Rise Heart, activate Theosis, and they're like, you know what, I've seen enough as is, and they're just gonna admit defeat. Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate. Yeah, just checking the opening hand there, because you guys know C Goody. He's played Swordsoul in the past. He's kind of nice with the deck. And his track record with the deck in the past has definitely proven that. So he just wanted to get a little insider look at the hand, see if maybe anything else could be done. But that was definitely a rough hand. I don't think there was a play outside of just doing that or passing. And looks like here in Game 2, the Swordsoul deck will be able to play here, opening Moye, reveal Ashina, summon token, and they have Emergence as well. So this is a pretty solid opening already for Swordsoul. Way better, night and day difference here. And they are going to fire the Ash on Emergence. Because, I mean, again, there isn't that many good Ash targets in the Swordsoul deck after a certain point. Like, if you're not ashing that Emergence, I don't know what you're ashing, because the Chi-Jiao search is most certainly getting chain blocked. So you do have to just ash that Emergence, keep them off of one name. They do have Triple Tactics talent, though. And that is going to reveal a hand of double Fenrir, Planet, and Rise Heart. So they already opened combo, like, regardless of what you hit back. I think getting rid of Planet probably makes the most sense here. They've already got double Fenrir, so hitting one just doesn't do anything. Hitting Rise Heart, I guess, is, you know, whatever. But I think Planet being able to be like any name right off the rip is really good. And then the attack boost as well. And then the other effect that it has with the Shangri-Ira. So I think hitting that back is correct. And yeah, so they know the whole hand now. Then they're going to go ahead and synchro the Chi-Jiao into Chi-Jiao, chainlink to Moye, chainlink one Chi-Jiao. They're going to draw a card and search out Long Yun since they could not grab that off of the Emergence. So now they probably don't have Blackout. Yeah, they probably definitely don't have Blackout there if they're searching. Well, I guess you could argue that if they're searching Long Yun, they might already have Blackout, but also going for Baron's pretty good, especially since we know what's in the hand already. Oh, it looks like they already do have Blackout. I think they already do have Blackout, which is huge. So they're going to end on Chi-Jiao Baron, set 2. Swordsoul doing what Swordsoul does, setting up pretty strong boards there with some decent follow-up for next turn. I mean, by decent follow-up, they really don't have any follow-up whatsoever, which is really, 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 really rough. Yeah, Baron's their only follow-up. And that's not much follow-up. So they're going to start by special the Fenrir. We knew they had this. They're going to activate the effect to go ahead and search. At least I assume they're activating the effect to go and search there. And then they're using the imperm on the effect. So now that Fenrir is shut down. At least the search effect. No searching from Fenrir this turn. We know they have another Fenrir in hand. And they're going to activate Rise Heart effect in hand. That is going to go through. That'll get special summoned to the field. And then they're going to activate the on-field effect here. They're going to go ahead and banish a cash card from the deck as cost. And then if that will resolve, it'll become a level 7. And the opponent will have to banish the top 3 off the top of their deck. So they're going to banish Birth as cost. And there's also one unknown in hand now as well. We know the other card is Fenrir. And we don't know the last card in hand. It's the draw for turn. And they are deciding they are going to go ahead and use the Chi Zhao negate there. I think that's fair enough because... I mean, that's you know, yeah, I think using Chi Zhao there is fair because I don't say if you black out there, then you lose the Chi Zhao without using the negate, and now it's not a level 7 anymore, so that doesn't give them access to a rank 7 play, which is really strong. I guess you could maybe argue using Baron there is okay. Also, summoning the Baron in defense here is a bit of a bold strategy because if they would have drawn into another planet or some other consistency card that gets them into planet or unicorn, then they just be able to beat over the Baron for free. So I think summoning that Baron in defense position was definitely a bit of a mistake because it only has 2400 defense, which is very weak. And Unicorn gets over it. Scareclaw Kashtira gets over it. Ogre gets over it. Yeah, a lot of things get over it. And, you know, obviously Fenrir with Planet gets over it. So bold and brash, I will say. Very bold, very brash indeed. And a little bit of contemplating here from our cash players, figuring out how they want to navigate the rest of this board here. They already have burned through the cheese out of the gate. They already have to still deal with the Baron, and they still have to deal with the unknown set. So they are just going to go ahead and tribute summon for Kashtira Fenrir here. They still have not used the battle phase or, you know, banish effect. So they're going to go battle phase. Attempt to attack into Baron, activate the effect, targeting Chi Zhao to banish face down, and we'll see if they end up using the Baron negate on this. There is only one hard punish to negating with Baron here, and it's that the last card in hand is like a planet or it's a unicorn. If they negate and destroy there, that'd be a huge punish to have, because them special summoning unicorn, I mean, it's a 2-of, right? Highly unlikely that they would have it. It's probably some non-engine they ended up drawing into, so we'll just yeah, let the Chi Zhao go and say, you know, whatever, it's fine. It's probably worth keeping the Omni Negate from Baron live into the next turn. They're going to start their turn with a Desires here. And no Ash Blossom, so we can probably assume that they do not have Ash in their hand. It looks like they've drawn Ash and Vishuda. Our Swordsoul players drawn Ash and Vishuda off of that Desires, which is pretty rough. Not a whole lot they can do there. Yeah, there's really nothing to do. There's no point, obviously, to tagging out in the standby phase with the Baron into Emoji, so they're going to go ahead and pass turn. And they do have a Book of Moon, so they're going to fire Book of Moon on the Baron. The Blackout is also dead right now. Maybe that's one of the reasons you could argue maybe leaving the Chi Zhao alive and negating the Fenrir with the Baron was also maybe correct, because you still have that as a form of interruption. Now you just kind of have a dead Blackout, and yeah, they're just gonna, like, you know what, I'm not even gonna let you banish for cost. I'm just gonna Ash of Frame one. They revealed a Prosperity, which would have been dead in a Theosis, so it didn't even matter anyways. And I think, yeah, that's gonna do it for game 2. We are into game 3, tied up 1 apiece here. Quick shout out to Imperium Duelist, guys. Check them out at the link below. Don't forget to use that discount code WinterKill 10 off at checkout to save 10% off your entire order. Support the channel. You guys already know what it is, and you, of course, my TCG player affiliate link. If you guys are buying anything off there, again, feel free to support the channel just by buying anything you normally buy off TCG player using that affiliate link. You know, Duelist Nexus is coming out, so if you're picking up any singles or sealed, again, feel free to support your boy at no extra cost to you by, again, using that link. So we're going to see the Kashtira deck go first here, leading with Unicorn, grabbing the Theosis, activating Theosis, bringing out Fenrir effect, searching out the Rise Heart. And they're going to go ahead and use the Rise Heart effect to banish from the deck. Looks like they already have Birth in hand as well. Looks like before they use Rise Heart, they're going to go ahead and rightfully so make the Kashtira Shangri-Ira. And they're going to make The opponent loses zone off of the Rise Heart here. You might as well, right? You're not locking 5 zones, but, you know, them having, you know, 5 main monster zones, or having 4 main monster zones is better than them having 5, obviously. So I think they might already have Birth in hand, and I think D-Barrier is in the deck right now. I think I saw a D-Barrier in there. I think I saw it. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure I just got a little glimpse of D-Barrier in there. They're going to banish a Theosis off the top. Interesting card to banish there, since they don't have anything to add back off of it at the moment. Since, yeah, I believe they can only add back other banished cash cards. It's going to make the opponent banish top 3. Lock down a zone. No zone for you. Yeah, and I like the idea if you're going to use tokens, like putting the actual cards upside down, because sometimes it's like easy to get it confused, like a token from being a token or being an actual locked zone. So they're just going to go ahead and make a Rise Heart over the Rise Heart and pass with 1 set. And standby phase, we're going to see him activate Shangri-La to attempt to special summon a Kashtira from the deck. That is going to be met with an Impermanence. I also see Ash and Nibiru in hand. Pretty solid. Now I see why they wanted to banish the Theosis from the deck, so they could attach it with the Rise Heart at their earliest convenience. Once that Imperm gets banished, they'll attach it, but it's going to get a Kaiju summoned right over top of it. Pretty good card to have here in this particular matchup. Kaiju's continuing to excel against Kashtira. And they have Ecclesia as well, which is very, very good for them here. Going into a board, always great to see Ecclesia. Usually giving you that a little bit of extra gas you need to keep playing. And they have the Longyun token. And that's really relevant here because they have Kashtira Big Bang, which is kind of insane. It's basically going to make the opponent banish monsters they control so that they can only control 1. They have to get banished face down, so same clauses evenly there. So it means they have to keep the token, which is pretty devastating. Yeah, that's really, 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 really rough. And I think Shangri-La got Imperm. I was like, another zone should be locked down. They are going to normal summon out the Taya, banish the Adhara, and that's going to get met with Nib. That is so rough. They've got Birth or follow-up, and yeah, that's just so rough. And that is going to do it. I'd be salty too, I'm not even going to lie. Nib is crazy. But yeah, that's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. And as always, last but not least, a huge shout out goes to our Divine level channel members, to our Misfit, H8 Cyber, Cadillac 84, Pony Stark, and Green. Thank you guys so much as always for your extremely kind and very generous support of the channel.